Hey everybody, it's time for another Andy's Free Guitar Chart videos lesson, and welcome to my Facebook subscribers, to the YouTube subscribers and Facebook group members, or just friends, or general guitar enthusiasts who are looking to learn about guitar and the cage system. And in this case, we're talking about string patterns, and we're talking about the dots. So I just went back a few charts. I have a new chart that I worked on last night and tonight, which is an improvement of this chart. This was my first, actually my second real attempt at doing the dots. So let's start with this chart for a moment. 131, playing the dots. The fretboard dots and some cage shapes that they can outline, and that word outline isn't far from accurate. What it means is the cage shapes that you can start from the dots can actually be entry points to a key in the fretboard neck that can open up that whole neck. So you could come in on the dot between, let's say, the G. See, here with my guitar, I'm C tuned, so your guitar fret nut would be here. It'd be like if you sawed it off, a real sawed off guitar, you know. And so if there's a dot on the G, a dot on the A note, a dot on the B note, right, say between the A dot and the B dot here, what we would have is a A-shaped key of D pattern, and it would be an entry point for the key of D. It wouldn't be a bad place. Why? Because the A and the B are the 5th and the 6th in the key of D. Okay? So the 5th would be the, and the 6th would be the, in the key of D. So that would be an entry point for the key of D in the guitar. So that's what I mean about it cage shapes that they outline in the dots. What it really means is cage shapes that are keyed entry points, that once you decide you're going to be in the key of D in this area here, let's say right here with this 5 and 6 dot right here on the fretboard. Okay, so we've got the dots, and we've got our key of we've got our A-shaped D. Now the A shape actually extends down a little bit and then goes up to that 6th. Okay, so let's look at that for a moment. And this is the chart that I redid today can show this a lot better. But we're just going to do this, finish up this little initial discussion here on the key of D here. Sorry, it's early for me. It's early. Once again, good morning. It's early. The wife has gone off to church, and so this is our, right here is our D box. Now I know it's hard to see. It's hard to see that, so let's look at the key of D here, and look at our D box, which is A shape, which is right here. So this is our A shape in the D box, key of D. This is exactly what it is. Okay, so we'll go back to the chart we were just on, and now we're going to outline that D box again. Alright, so we'll put it right there. So there's our, okay, so obviously we have to stretch this out a little bit to fit here. We might lose our dots, we're going to lose our dots there, but we have them over here underneath. So that would be fitting that right there. That is our tripentatonic ADE cage. So entering between the two dots, I'll put them right here. I'll grab them and put them back on the board here. They'd be at this 5, 6 right here. Well, this would be our dots, okay, in the B fret and the A fret, and this would be our entire tripentatonic. This is key of D. So right there, just all that between the A and the B dot, okay, the A and the B, you can do the tripentatonic D, remember? D down here, reference D, open D. That's a D-shaped D. Remember, everything in the first interval, in the first zone, from the fret nut to the first dot, everything is the same shape. So it would be, not the same shape, it's C-shaped C. So C, the shape is the same as the chord. C-shaped C, A-shaped A, G-shaped G, E-shaped E, and D-shaped D. She just bumped into my guitar. So up here we have an entry point for the key of D, and it's an A shape. So it's key of D down here, right here, and it's an A-shaped D. So you got the A shape, you have the D shaped. Okay, what's in between, in caged, what's in between the D shape and the A shaped? C, A, G, E, D. Alright. D goes again to C again, to start caged over again, then to the A shape. So there's a C-shaped G in the middle there. Now we can't get the entire D-shaped cage here. I can get it if I take my fret nut off. Okay, to get that D-shaped cage. Now we're going to start with the D shape, starts with the second. Okay, so the D shape always starts with the second of the key. So E would be the second of D at that point. There's your D shaped D, and then we also have our A shaped D up here. Okay, so it's an entry point between the A dot and the B dot for the key of D. Okay, so let's see what we got here. This is the diagram that I had made yesterday, and I've improved this diagram. And I guess I'll just take this opportunity to tell you how I've improved it. I made it a lot simpler and a lot easier to read. After analyzing, I'm always looking for patterns. You know, what's the pattern here? Well, I noticed one thing about in between the C-sharp dot and the double dot, the octave dot. I noticed we have an entry point for 3 keys, the key of E, the key of A, and the key of D. And each one of these would be involved with the same notes, C sharp, D, D sharp or E flat, and E. The same 4 notes. Okay, it'd be C sharp, D, D sharp, and E, right there. The 2 dots. The minor third, that's the lower part, that's below the octave double dots. And I noticed that these 3 shapes, there's a G shape, C shape, and an E shape there.